Greetings and salutations. G'day. In this episode of the Timur Borg Show, we will be reviewing the Kelvin Timeline Heavy Command Cruiser, otherwise known as the Kelvin Connie or Kelvin Constitution class, or JJ Prize, JJ Universe Enterprise, the Enterprise from the first couple of movies. Last couple of movies, I mean. This was the one that got destroyed in the Beyond film, made its debut in the 2009 film. These were available from the Kelvin Timeline lockbox, which is now retired, but you might still have them and maybe you can still win them from there, I'm not sure, but I did read something about the developer saying that lockbox was retired. They have moved it now to the Infinity lockbox. I have shown a bit of a sneak peek of this ship and build on some previous videos made a while ago. I did receive this ship a while ago, but it's taken me time to sort of perfect my build as much as I can with this Agents of Yesterday new-ish alt that is running on. This will be a full in-depth review. I'll be going over the build, mastery and traits, showing like probably 3 or 4 battles, like PvEQs and Argala and stuff, the ship visuals, customization options, admiralty card, special buttons, special console, and the bridge and a conclusion. Alright, and so I should also just say thanks to the generous donator who donated this for the show to be reviewed, and also I just love this ship. It's one of my favourite starships in the game, which has made this alt character almost like a main now for me, who I like to play all the time. Alright, so there's no really in-game description for the ship because it's not in the C store. You can buy it from the exchange though. I didn't load up the website with the description, and I don't know, I got a feeling people didn't really like that, having the computer read the description, so I will skip that on this video. Let's have a look at the build that I've got set up here, which has been revised since previous sneak peeks at this ship. Okay, so I'm using the Quantum Phase Beam Bank Quantum Phase space set, which is all epic now, which is grouse, so you can see the stats for when it's epic. 2% critical chance, 40% critical severity on that beam. Alright, let's have a look at the info, and I get, with the bonuses there, 15% accuracy, just doubles potency of quantum phase weapons shield drain, doubles potency of quantum phase high yield torpedo shield heal. Quantum destabilization beam is a special button or something that we're supposed to get with it. Indeed. Yeah, where is that button? How come I don't see it on my tray? I have a feeling I should check my buttons first. Let me just double check. Is there something missing or something? That is missing. How crazy. Well, lucky I realised that. Hopefully I'm not missing any other useful buttons. Alright. So, fix that up at least. Yeah. What does it do again? Does whatever this says. Phaser damage to target. So this is a phaser build. It's my main phaser build. I've got 2 phaser builds though. Initially, when I was setting this up, I had it all as Kelvin Timeline phasers to sort of keep in line with the Kelvin Timeline Starship. I realised none of them, the ones I had, had any sort of awesome mods on it, and I found this phaser that I had crafted when I first created this character. I was crafting phasers for him. One of them had pen on it. I recently just upgraded this a bit, and unfortunately it gained the extra mod of accuracy. Oh well. Still, I think that's better than one of the Kelvin timeline things. I've got another one that had pen as well, but it wasn't even as good as that. It doesn't show up here. Alright, so as far as the aft weapons, we've got 2 Kelvin timelines there, and I've got 2 omnidirectionals. I'm using the kinetic cutting beam, which is the 2-piece Borg set, and the omnidirectional that's been crafted. Alright, for his space equipment set, he's using the Soul Defense. So I think the Soul Defense was from the Iconian last mission, Sunrise or something like that. Yeah, it's a 3-piece set, and I've got one piece of it on Epic here with the deflector. So you can see that's very healy, which is good because everything else about this build is really focused on damage and DPS and trying to kill things. So it's good to have a space set that is focused on healing. Something at least is focused on tanking. His warp core is the Kaboli field stabilizing, which is the best one for the shield capacitor there. It's probably the most tanky healy warp core in the game. And Soul Defense covariant shield array. And with that, we get the discharge repair nanites, which is that button down there on my tray. Set 2 bonuses: kinetic damage resistance and all damage resistance rating, so it helps you stay alive, all the bonuses there. And this button, the other one, set 3 bonus, seems to help your friends in matches as well. Alright, so for the devices, I've got the Temporal Negotiator from Delta Recruit event, the Red Matter Capacitor from the Phoenix event, Subspace Field Modulator from some mission. And you get 4, so you can have a battery or something as well. And that battery is not even in my tray. Okay. It looked a bit light on buttons. Okay, so the engineering console. Now this is the special console that you get with this particular ship, which it's a console that I like to use, to be honest. And it can be used on other ships. As you can see, it's not locked into the Kelvin timeline ships. It has a set, like with other Kelvin timeline consoles and ships and things. See the proton charge, mining drill, laser, or broadside emitter. I think the broadside's the one you get with the Dreadnought. And I think I've got a mining drill laser too that I won out of a lockbox, but those are on other tunes, so I can't use them in on this ship as a set. Anyway, you get current maximum auxiliary system power and bonus exotic damage, and I'm not even using any exotic damage things. Or does feedback pulse create exotic damage? I'm not even sure about that. It creates a feedback pulse damage, so I'm not sure if that's classified as exotic damage. We'll get into that in a minute. I'm using a trait for that, so that's why I chose that one. I'm using, this is pretty much the same as what I always do. Oh, there's little things here and there. So the 0-point energy conduit gives you 2% critical chance and 2.2% power. Quantum phase converter, that's part of that weapon set. So we already looked at that. Phaser damage gives you extra phaser damage. Simulated module, because I'm using that omnidirectional, but that gives you critical chance and critical severity. I'm using a plasmodic leech, so that's what I've chosen to use there as the science console. Takes power off your enemy and gives it to yourself. I'm also using Bar Renewal Gel Pack, which reduces cooldown, gives you more power. And if you look at my power, it's all quite a lot higher than where it's set down to. That's great. That's the way you want it. You want to have as much power on all your systems as possible. Alright, I'm also using the plasma console that decreases threat generation, because I don't like being a threat tank, and creates exotic particle generator and plasma based exotic damage. Yeah. See, I feel like this should have more science abilities. Now let's have a look at the stations. I've got 2 tactical bridge officers. Both of them are Romulan operatives with superior Romulan operative. Yep, so lucky on this one I chose the man and not the girl. Anyway, my fleet mates will know what I'm talking about. With the engineer, I've got Borg 8 of 8 from the C store, who's got the efficient increased warp core efficiencies. She's cool. And the holo engineer, I really should put a human engineer in there, but I don't have any other engineers, to be honest. Oh, command engineer. But you don't have any space traits either, so you're just useless. I'm stuck with the holo. Okay. And I went and got the hierarchy from the Delta Quadrant missions. He has the same as the Borg efficiency. So lots of warp core efficiency happening there. I'm using the feedback pulse. Maybe I should switch that to Tychon's Rift or something. But the reason I left it on that was because with my Starship traits I'm using improved feedback pulse because it gives damage and critical buff. See, so I've heard this is a really good one for DPS. People have been telling me. And then I set the first one to that. I don't know, maybe I could do on Tachyon Beam. Is that an exotic thing? If I put it on Tachyon Beam, I'm going to be have less healing buttons. Oh, why have I got 2 engineering teams? That's a bit illogical. I should have something else here. Maybe put it on shields. Okay, alright, that's my revised setup. That way I've got an extra healing button here. I've got 2 healing buttons with my 2 engineers. And my science guy is not on healing buttons though. Whereas I was using science team. Instead I'll put that there and have that there. That sort of does the same thing as science team. Anyway, so with the Borg 2, by the way, she's got unstable warp bubble. That's the one from the winter event. Endothermic inhibitor beam 3 and directed energy modulation. I could use acetone beam 3 instead. Which I probably will after this. I've heard that with the space power rebalance that acetone beam is going to become better than it is at the moment. So anyway, yeah. Alright, so that's how my stations are set up. Alright, personal space traits, accuracy. This particle generators but flow capacitors and sensors. Beam barrage. Kinetic precision, because I'm using projectiles now, so bonus shield penetration for projectiles. Beam training, 5% beam weapon damage. Innocence, minus threat plus critical severity. Operative plus critical chance and critical severity. Projectile damage 5%. That. And warp theorist, more warp core efficiency, EPS subsystem power transfer rate improvements. Starship traits, we just looked at that. Space reputations. Enhanced armor penetration. We like penetration. Shield penetration. Minor shield penetration. Precision, critical hit chance. And advanced targeting subsystems. Now obviously this guy hasn't got any of the 5th trait unlocked. He never afforded to do it when I was on my old fleet. Now that I've got my own fleet, it hasn't quite yet upgraded that stuff. But just so you know, I mean, I could have held out a bit longer and maybe tried to afford that, but I would have had to have saved up quite a bit of dilithium anyway. It costs hundreds of thousands, probably $500,000 dilithium worth of costings there to get all those. But yes, my research lab in 5 days, 4.5 days will be upgraded to get some of it, and then we've got to do the next one, and then that'll take 10 days as well. So really it's about 2 weeks before it's even unlocked, but we're so close to unlocking that. So in the future you may see this build again, featured in mission run-throughs and stuff, and hopefully I will continue to refine the build and get some trade unlocks for it, make it better. Alright, so those are the active reputations. Let's have a look at the rosters. I do find that annoying. I'll just acknowledge that, sorry about that. Okay, active space. I did have a look at this morning and and try to improve it. So those were the best I could do on this guy. Remember, he's only a new alt, because he was created during the Agents of Yesterday expansion, and he's an Agents of Yesterday temporal agent with the temporal agent button. And there you can see sort of how progressed he is, which isn't very progressed, obviously. But yeah, so we're using additional buffs applied based on battery. So the exocomp development guy here reduces science team. This one reduces engineering team, reduces all bridge officers, another one that reduces bridge officers, and one that reduces torpedo. So I don't have any special awesome duty officers, unfortunately, yet. And my starbase, my fleet starbase, is not yet at the stage where I can buy purple people, purple doffs. So when that happens, that'll be good. Alright, so that's the build. Oh, next thing to look at would be the Starship Mastery unlocks. So that's it. This is a tier 6 starship, and you get all these. Number 1 is physical damage resistance rating and kinetic damage resistance rating, so a tanking survivability thing. Rapid repairs, regenerates hull, so that's another tanking survivability thing, that's great. Enhanced hull plating or energy damage and radiation damage resistance rating, yep. And armored hull, so it's all completely tanking survivability, which is great, and in line with this ship. Remember, this is the Enterprise, and the Enterprise is the flagship of the Federation, therefore it should not be dying in battles. So it's good that I've got this ship that has the setup like this, where all the masteries are on tanking. I'm using a tanking survivability space set, but then everything else is focused on damage. So I think that's a good, well-balanced build, personally, from my experience. Hopefully I don't have to die and respawn in my space battle demonstrations. I'm not even sure if Argala is unlocked on this guy, because you have to do a particular mission to make that unlock. That could be embarrassing when I go there and find out I can't do it. Alright, so the ship visuals. This space set has no visuals. This is what it looks like. Maybe by default, I don't know. I've got to check the customization in the Starbase, obviously. Let me press the button, Alt F12 on your computer. Gets rid of the menu. Here we go. This is a good point for me to take a screenshot, I mean, as well. I can use this as the thumbnail for my video on YouTube. So yes, she's a beauty. Alright, so the nacelles, they're ample, as Scotty would say. He would like to get his hands on those ample nacelles. But they are too close together. Did you notice that in Beyond got like a little refit, this ship, and they just like tried to make it even uglier. So people would be happy that it died. They put the nacelles even closer together. In the first 10 minutes of the film, you see it, and they're like right next to each other practically. It's ridiculous. And then they put them really far apart, like back where they should have been from the start. This is the version of the ship that is the first version. You can tell by the impulse engines here. They changed shape to be like square in the second Into Darkness and Beyond films. So that this is like the pre-retrofit. That's the one that the developers decided to use. They did obviously get permission to use both, but you never know. So obviously in the future there's going to be another Kelvin timeline, like retrofit, refit, version 2 ship. that'll be the Enterprise A version that we saw at the end of Beyond, and in the next film probably. Who knows which version they'll use, because it'll probably get revised again. But yeah, so I wish they had sort of given us the options. We'll have to have a look at the options somewhere. Okay. So yes, there's an Admiralty card, F12. Let's have a look at the Admiralty system. Here it is. Kelvin Timeline Heavy Constitution Cruiser. So you get 62 on engineering, 36 on technical, and 26 on science. 18-hour cooldown. Special abilities 20% engineering and attack when alone. In maintenance. So that's the cool ship card you get with it. Right, you also get these 3 buttons, which I'll be demonstrating in space if we're lucky, because they take ages to activate actually. So turn the tide, team resistance and heal regen buff. To target 100% all damage resistance rating for 15 seconds. To team 300% hull regen. Alright, against all odds, so team damage buff and weapons power cost reduction. Right, that's what it does, 100% power cost. 33% all damage for 15 seconds. Minus inspiration. Battle, what was that thing shading going on? Was someone flying above me or something? Oh, some big Enterprise. Yeah, oh, here's another point of contention with the ship. Well, I've been a bit distracted. People are in argument on whether or not it's bigger than a Galaxy class. Or as big. Okay, so this is supposed to be a Constitution class starship, and it's as big as a Galaxy class. I think that they actually made the, someone said that the Enterprise A at the end of Beyond isn't as big as this. They made it smaller, more closer to the original size. And that this one was just extra large because of the threat from Nero. Had made them make all big ships, but now they're back to expanding in peacetime, so they're making smaller ships again. Anyway, we'll see what happens. But yeah, certainly seems to be the same size lengthwise as a Galaxy class starship. But when you look at the windows and stuff, it doesn't have any extra windows, so it doesn't not look like a ship that could fit 1,000 people on it like the Galaxy class does, with all its massive amount of windows everywhere. Boy, that's not a very good looking skin, is it? No. My graphic settings are on maximum, but yeah, it sort of feels like they're not. I wonder what's going on there. Is it my bloom? Let's try with the bloom at 50%. That doesn't make much difference. Not much difference. Oh, look at that scimitar with the shiny thing. That was crazy. Okie dokie. So, the bridge. That's the next thing we'll look at. Visit Starship Bridge. Well, lucky I turned the bloom back on, because lens flare is basically what bloom is. So yeah, this is the bridge with the lens flare. Look at the lens flare. J.J. Abrams inspired. Everything is flaring off. Look at all that. Isn't that amazing that they were able to put that into the game? I think it is. So, accessing library files. That is cool. Look at the consoles. Can we sit in the chair? What can I use this console for? Oh, that was weird. So, yeah, it's very screen accurate. Very awesome, don't you think? I think it is awesome. Contact duty officers. Okay. That's annoying. Go away. I love how they fixed the view screen to be logical. Like, it would be a window that can display things above it, wouldn't it? And it would be like super wide like that. And you would be able to see the whole rest of the saucer section from it. It just made no sense for it to be a tiny little TV screen like it was in all the old shows and movies, to be honest. No, that was like budget restraints and them being sort of small-minded. Sort of not really being able to think of how it would be in the future. Anyway, yeah, look at some of the cool buttons. They look pretty cool, like this thing here. And that, very three-dimensional buttons there. Which, since instead of it's not all touchscreen down there, it's three-dimensional buttons, which is sort of in line with how it was in the original Star Trek TV show. But obviously these buttons don't look like lollies. Like they did actually use what look like little crystal lolly things, Juby berries, on the original 60s Star Trek show. Oh, there's my Borg. Hello. So I would have 0718 here, but I've removed him from my stations. Hello, 8 of 8. You look like 7 of 9. You don't have the thing on the side of your head though, just the eyebrow. So I'm wearing the TOS torn uniform. He looks pretty good in that, don't you think? So, am I Mr. Potato Head? Let's have a look at these consoles. Hello. Look at that. Look, there's like a... like an iPad in the middle there. And is that you push forward to go warp speed? Can I sit down? I don't appear to be able to sit down in that chair. I can sit down in the captain's chair though. Make it so. Captain Guy of the USS, what did I call it? Something. Forgot now. Alright, let's leave the bridge. How do you leave the bridge again? Okay, maybe I need to get off my chair. Oh, there, leave ship. That was weird. Must have been because I was sitting down. Yes, I thought it was a good idea to use Kelvin timeline constitution with Agents of Yesterday, Temporal Agent, because, you know, 23rd century character on a 21st century starship. That makes sense, doesn't it? What are we waiting for now? Must be slow internet. Alright. Oh, we haven't looked at the stats from this place. My cat's annoying me, sorry. Bonus accuracy, 42%, a lot of things on accuracy. Crit chance, 21.3. Crit severity, 89.9. Okay, sorry about this. Alright, so next we'll do some space battles. How many times do I have to press that button? Alright, let's do Crystalline, Catastrophe, then we'll do ISA, and then we'll try to do Argala, and maybe we'll do some red alerts as well. Crystalline. Vector, the Conduit. Alright, you want to do that one first. I wanted to do Crystalline first, but I will. I'm not doing DPS passing and Nexus at the moment, but I have done that in the past. I think the best so far I've been able to get is 28k on this character. That was before I put the Romulan buffs on there though. So, it would be better now, except every time I do it I make a mistake. It's a hard queue to get perfect when you're doing everything manually, you know. Alright, here we go. So that's the special button you get that ejects the warp cores and propels you forward. Well, must be a high DPS team. Don't normally kill them that quick. That'll be good for my video, making short time. Quantum destabilizing button kills things quickly. Maybe I should move around a bit, huh?
You will lower your shields and prepare to be boarded.
So those are the buttons, command buttons you get, sort of like the Cavalli or Odyssey, same sort of setup. Alright, I'm starting to die. Lucky I'm an engineer. Some healing abilities. Oh yeah, that's the other way that this guy can heal, because he's an engineer. Alright, lots of effects happening at the moment, going crazy. Looks like there's some spheres to kill. Is that all the spheres? No, one over there. Okay. Oh no, there's another one. Freeze! Haha. Beam overload. Alright. Your culture will adapt. Oh, they've killed the other side already. That's amazing. These guys are fast. Alright, let's call in the Delta Alliance reinforcements for everything she's got at this gateway. So that's the stats for the auxiliary warp core ejection button special console, which is what happened at the end. Wow, someone killed the Borg person. The cube, I mean, you know. I didn't even get to shoot him. Team. Let's see if anybody did the passing thing. I'll collect this. Collect the loot, because I'm poor. I need energy credits. Give them to me. Doesn't look like anyone did it. Okay. Well, at least I got some loot. Alright. Next, let's try the Crystalline catastrophe. CCA, Crystalline catastrophe advance. Engage. Make it so. Punch it. rock and roll. Did I mention how at the end of Beyond you get to see the refit Constitution actually doing the rock and roll maneuver? I know I've mentioned it in previous videos anyway.
Target shields have failed.
I need to get closer so I can do the anti-time entanglement. I'll just wait for that thing to go off.
4 shields failing.
Right, moving in for the kill. Ah, stop. Okay, done that. Back her off. Uh-oh. So we can survive this blast. So I've got keener sight on one of my operatives. Whoops, I shouldn't use that yet. I used my healing buttons too soon. Damn it. Use my timeline button in Delta. Okay. Yay! Oh, second place. See, that's pretty good. But obviously, that they just must have been low DPS people. Oh, the button's activated. The special ones. There you go. So I get to show you that being used while I try to kill some Tholians that are left over. Leftover Tholians. Why am I wasting all my buttons when I probably want to go into more queues after this? Well, yeah, as you can see, it's got a good turning circle since I haven't put anything extra into turning. Oh, I just remembered the one thing I haven't shown you is my skills setup. I'll do that after this. Try to remember.
Right shield's failing.
Right shield's failing. You're about to die. I'm the only person here, so I should just get out of here. Oh no, that person's there. 2 teams in this one. Till I get out of there before I died. I obviously missed out on some loot. That's a bummer. Sorry, I'm just having a coffee. It's early morning for me. I like to make my videos in the morning. You got to see some hull damage effects then, but it's gone now. I don't have any visuals connected to it at the moment. Okay. And I don't have enough batteries. I need to get some batteries. Probably do some red alerts next. No, let's try Argala first. I have a feeling it's not going to work. Take us to the Delta Quadrant. Oh yes, skills. I've got to show you the skills. I'll do that while we're warping to Argala. I don't know, I think there's a particular mission you have to do to make this work. I'm not sure, let's find out. Skills, that's right. Yeah, okay. So, this is very similar to my last review, ship review video, how I've set this up. So, it's all on tactical, so I'm getting the focused frenzy. You can see there where my points are spent. Show you that I chose threat control, projectile critical chance, energy critical chance, and accuracy. So all on the kill stuff, not the battery expertise. Maximum hull capacity instead of subsystem repair. That's a bit questionable. Maximum shield capacity instead of stealth. Don't really need stealth. And transwarp cooldowns because I don't do patrol the galaxy. Alright, so, and then with my engineering, electroplasma flow, defense subsystem, extra power. That's how I got all the power up. Everything except for the engines because who cares about engines. Long range targeting sensors and advanced exotic particle generator, which is kind of going to waste considering I'm not using many science abilities on this ship right now. But, you know, other ships like the Lakari science ship, it will not be going to waste on here. Control expertise and drain expertise, that's a big questionable. Shield regeneration. Okay. Oh, I can patrol Argala. Fabulous. Fantastic. Excellent. Wanted. Let's help the Benthans. Let's give the Benthans a hand. Who's the enemy today? Alright, so with this one I might just like even out my power, so my weapons power is on the same level as my shield. It's the Kazon. The Kazon are actually fairly easy to kill.
Target shields have failed.
Here you go. The quicker you kill it, more likely you'll get a loot drop from it. Big. Awesome. I did need that weapons battery. Deputized. Continue. Right, so you can see the effect on that. Just like the movie, dropping your warp cores to get out of the thingamajig. You know, they've been sucked into a black hole or something in the first movie at the very end. And he's like, Scotty's like, let's eject the warp cores out of the Beebury. And Captain Kirk's like, yeah, do it. Oh, and then we'll drink a Budweiser after we eject the warp core and get out of this, you know? That's what happens, isn't it? Something like that. At least in Beyond they actually finally got an engine room. In Into Darkness they got a warp core that was like Hadron Collider. So that was cool. Him with my anti-time entanglement. What's going on? I can't even tell with all these effects and blurring my vision of what's happening. Ah, we can use the button again. Let's try battle preparations this time. And he died very fast after I pressed that, didn't he? I wonder if that's why, or I don't know.
Target shields have failed. Target shields have failed.
Excellent. Ah, over there.
Warning, ship is under attack.
Command weapon system efficiency.
Target shields have failed.
Foley. Chemo. Eat some chemosite. Ah, this is the last one. Where's the other guy? He's got to shoot. Attack pattern Omega 1.
Target shields have failed.
I didn't get as much loot as I wanted. Maybe I should have put full power to weapons. Oh hell. Well, at least I get some Delta Alliance reputation marks. 65 of those. Thanks. Interesting. We'll be sure to include it in our report. Depart system. Engage. It is a good looking ship, besides the warp cores being nacelles being too close to each other. It definitely grows on you. I understand why a lot of people didn't like it, but the sources section is basically perfect. Now let's go to Borg Red Alert. I do still need to go to Earth Space Dock. Show you it flying around there. Check out Ship Customizations Officer. What there is there, although I have a feeling all we can do is change patterns, but still worth having a quick look at before I wrap up the review. I was also thinking to do both the red alerts. I need to transport back to the beta quadrant, except I've got a 2-minute cooldown on that one. So I'm just going to acknowledge my things here because it's flashing at me. That's annoying. Oh, here we go. Alright, so Borg Red Alert, log on torpedo bays, ready phases. Move us to position Alpha Ensign. We've done almost everything, so we're getting close to the end of this review. Just one more demonstration at least, maybe two. See how it goes. So it's been pretty good so far. I didn't die. Also, I fixed the audio levels for my last video. If you noticed, my microphone was too low on the last one, so that was a bit of a shame, considering that Crenham ship was an important video for me to make. So close. Should I rock and roll? Yeah. Alright, here we go. Ship's under attack. Ba-dum-bum. Shields have failed on the target. Okay. I will be Borg. Yes, please. Please assimilate me. I'm not wanting to resist you. I'm just forced to shoot you because it's a game. In real life, I would just hand myself over to the Borg and say, assimilate me now, please. Thank you. And I'd get 7 to liberate me so I can be a liberated Borg. Yay. Wouldn't that be fun? I love freezing the Borg so the Borg ship goes white. Ah, I see Borgs.
You will become one with the Borg.
So where's the rest of the dudes? What are they doing? Borg Syndicate fleet person over there. Someone's over there. What are they doing? Shouldn't number 4 happen anytime now? Somebody's probably killing it already. Should we go over there? Maybe we can make it in time. Looks like everybody's headed to this one. Rock and roll again. Oh yeah, my specializations. Just realized. It's the same as my last one. Pilot and strategist. Ah! Oh no, better put full power to it. No wonder I'm dying. Ah! There you go. I knew that was going to happen. I would get there, start shooting it, and somebody else had killed some other Borg cube. Oh, hello, kitty. Do you hear my cat meowing? She wants attention. Oh, look at that planet. Why is my shield failing when I'm not being touched by anybody? There it is. When are my shields going to come back? It's taken a long time. Okay. Let's get the Delta Alliance recruits. Let's give her everything she's got. Fire at will. Omega.
We will add your technological
High yield.
disarm your weapons. You
Directed energy modulation. Endothermic. Unstable warp bubble.
capabilities are
Feedback
unable to
pulse.
defend us.
Tachyon beam. Anti-time entanglement singularity. Gotcha. Oh, go away, probe.
Disarm your weapons. You will
Escort us to your home world. I kept saying that after it died. Was that the cube that was saying it, was it? Give me some Lakari marks, thanks. Yes, the Lakari ship review is coming still, but I thought maybe I should do my individual ships that I've had a bit longer than that first. Alright, so that was the Borg Red Alert. It was excellent. I enjoyed that. Obviously I had a good team as well. I do need to get back to the Beta Quadrant. Beta Quadrant. Doesn't matter where we go. I will try queuing for Tholian as well as going to the Sol system. So one more battle maybe, hopefully. And that way this is in line with my last one as well. You know what I'm saying? Because my last ship review, these were the battles that I did. So it's good for me to do the same 4 all the time. Yeah, is it 5? It's 5, sorry. I need to correct that on my notes here. So we did CCA, Crystalline, we did ISA, we did Borg Red Alert, and we're about to do Tholian Red Alert, and we did Argala. So for the next several Starship reviews that I do, I'll make sure I do the same battles, so you have a comparison benchmark thingamajig. You know, comprendez-vous, mon capitaine? Oh, 9 minutes, right. Okay, let's just fly to Sol. So this is what it looks like in sector space. She's a beauty. Let's quantum slipstream singularity. Yeah, look at that. Ooh. So one of the things I like about the ship with the nacelles, I mean, I know they're too big and bulbous, but anyway, I like how there's an animation in them. That looks cool, doesn't it? The deflector looks cool as well. From certain angles, it looks really nice. I wish that foundry thing wasn't there. Now that looks really cool, doesn't it? See? It's a beautiful ship, despite all the haters hating on it. It is still really beautiful. And this is one of probably the best ships in the game as well, you know? One of the best Federation ships or something anyway. I think the Kelvin timeline the Dreadnought, the Intel Dreadnought, probably more fun and probably a bit more beautiful, because me personally, my aesthetic eye is towards angle, little shape, sharp lines. I like chiseled features. You know, like with cars, my favourite cars are like Japanese 80s boxy, sharp lined cars. And now, when that came back in like the early 2000s, and also it's just sort of coming back now, like the new Honda Civic. I'm not a big Honda fan. I've never really liked many Hondas. I think most Hondas are really ugly. But the current Honda Civic that's just come out, the sedan, and I hate sedans normally, but that's one of the best looking sedans ever made. Why? Because of all its sharp lines and angles and stuff that just really turned me on. So I'm a really big angle fan. Yeah. I like things to look like they were styled by a samurai, just like swinging his sword around. Yeah, so my point there was that the Intel Dreadnought is like that with its styling. It's got a lot of sharp lines, and I'm flying through a broken Borg ship. Let's throw down some warp core things, because that makes me move quicker as well. It's like another way to accelerate forward, so that's why I put it there along with my other impulse improvement thingamajigs that are on my tray. I try to order my things so my brain is able to just think keep things in a certain section, and it always means something to me, sort of thing, you know. Anyway, you know what I'm talking about. Alright, I gotta kill these guys. Sort of moving too fast now, I need to back her off. Quantum singularity thingy. Probably should be killing the small things first, actually. What's going on here? Ow! Oh no! I'm in one of those Tholian webs. Hate that. Don't you hate that? Oh no, don't die. Oh no. Oh, I just made it. But I might die. Oh, I get to call some reinforcements. Because of hull strength's down so low. Let's see if I can heal. Oh, I thought I used that anti-time button. Alright, let's use it now. Alright, let's get you with my other button too. Chemo. Tacticals. Oh, I thought I pressed it. There you go, come on. Oh, that's about to happen. See how the thing happens along there? Like the temporal ships. Is there more bad guys somewhere? Obviously the thing hasn't popped up yet. I can see something on my scanners. There you go, down here. Let's rock and roll to them. Get a defensive bonus. Alright, fire at will. Come on, operative. Alright, let's use this button. Turn the tide. Oh, damage resistance ratings, hull regen. So that's really a survivability button. Just so this way, I've showed you all the 3 buttons in use, haven't I? Can't say I didn't show everything about the ship. Okay. That was that, and it's now done. So, what marks do I need? Temporal? Go away, go away. Okay, let's hope this takes me to Sol. Sometimes after alerts you get dumped at Sol. Let's hope this happens, that will save me warping there. More coffee. Press any key. We are at Sol, thank you, but not right on it, or something. What's going on? Where is it? I'm just next to it. Okay. So it looks cool. Too much bloom. Do you see what I mean while I was turning bloom down? I'm going to turn bloom down again. Turn it down to like 10%. There you go. Still quite a lot. Still blooms too much. I think that's a problem with the I don't know, like that would be affecting Xbox too if it's a problem with AMD drivers to do with the, you know, Radeon graphics card perhaps. So I have a feeling the developers mainly are developing on Nvidia platforms, so they don't notice when all these AMD bugs happen. But at the same time it's like, you've got Xbox and PlayStation, therefore you should be focused on making sure your game runs properly on AMD chips. So, a bit off topic. Alright, so here's what it looked like with the reflections of the Sol system. That is beautiful. I don't have any things I can show you because I've only got it on this one character who doesn't even have the Borg assimilated set. So that's a bit of a bummer. At some point in the future I will have to buy the Borg assimilated set, and he hasn't even gone through all the missions, so he hasn't got any of those, like, you know, shields like the Solanae shield or the Jemadar shield or anything to sort of show off. Unfortunately, that would be a good idea at some point for me to try to acquire those things. Normally that kind of stuff will show up here. Oh, I've got Kobali. How come that didn't show here? Oh, because it only shows the ones that have visualizations there. Although that's not for that. What the hell? Okay, temporal phase, warp core. Okay, quantum phase. Quantum phase. Don't have much extra stuff there. So you can see it now in comparison to a Kelvin timeline Intel Dreadnought. As you can see, it is smaller than that ship. So besides the crazy Enterprise J that's just come out, the Intel Dreadnought is the biggest starship in the game. And let's all just pretend the Enterprise J wasn't released, because really, what the hell was the game developers thinking? Maybe they should have just made it the same size as the Kelvin, the Intel Dreadnought, and people wouldn't hate it so much. I think everyone's annoyed that all of a sudden there's a ship that's twice as large as all the other ships. To be honest, I think it's one of the things that's pissing people off about that new ship that just came out, which is not one of those ones, but not even here for me to show you. It's not that popular in game, to be honest. Alright, dock at station. What are we doing there? Oh, that's right, ship customization options. Then we can wrap up the video. Oh, what are these people all standing around here for? What are you guys all doing, huh? Oh, I can't invite you to a fleet. My fleet's full. Anybody saying anything? No. Okay, so here we are in this place. Obviously, a few missions. I don't have the Narsican bridge officer because this guy is not at level 4 yet, right? Still at level 3 on diplomatic. So yeah, lucky I had the Borg bridge officer instead to sort of compensate for that. Anyhow, customize your ship. Yes, Shadow. Gimme, puss puss. Say hello to the people. Meow. Alright, customize Starship. Alright, so here's what it looks like. She's a beauty. Now, for some reason, some bug, it's too high on this, isn't it? Like, it's up too high. Ooh, oh no, it's all rotated funny now. It's going to be hard to get it back. Okay, here we go. So, no other templates. Windows, OK, type OK. Material, Constitution. Oh, so we do have some veteran style. Normally I like veteran styles, but this one, I don't know about that. It's a bit funny looking. What was that? Oh, the effect there, how slow that is moving. That's weird. Yes. So I thought you could change the color of. Oh, right. So there's advanced here. Let's just put that back. Oh man, how do I get it to look normal? There we go. Fins. What does that do? Oh, so that's just adding a pattern to it. It's not doing anything. Nacelles. What's this mean? Oh, right. So you can change it to. If you change that to beta, they go red. But what about the deflector? Because the deflector's still blue, and that looks stupid. Shouldn't the deflector go red too? Everything go red? So you can put some. There's lots of patterns you can put over it, obviously. Okay, put it back to there. Alright, so you've seen how there's patterns on that. Basic. Yeah, undo. Okay, back to normal. Let's have a look at these. So we've got the standard one. How can we see it all? Can't. There you go. That's close enough. That is zoomed in as much as I can zoom in, by the way. Alright. Type 0. Ooh, look at that one. Yeah, oh, that looks crazy, doesn't it? That reminds me, that looks more tossy, doesn't it? Like the original series, kind of, like, you know, less detail on it. Also a bit Delta Quadranty. Oh, look what happens with the deflector now. It looks more, it's gone gold. So that's kind of the one they're doing to try to make it look like it's from the Prime Timeline 23rd century. Alright, there we go. Here's one. Oh, that sort of makes it look like the Enterprise A, or the refit from the movies, the original Kirk movies, the original William Shatner movies. Oh, that's right, it's USS William. Haha, see, like USS William Shatner, but also I come from somewhere called Williamstown. So, there you go. Type 2, that looks weird. Yes, it does. I forgot what I called it, even though there was heaps of opportunities for me to see that again. That's an interesting one, very Aztec-y. Type 3. Type 4, oh, even more so. It's very military, very dark and gloomy, especially along the engine secondary hull. Yeah, it looks cool. It does look cool, doesn't it? 5. Oh yeah, this was a bit more light and bright, very Aztec-y. Very cool, very interesting indeed. That's a nice style that you could use. Number 6. That one looks very close to the normal style, but a bit more detail on it all over the place. You've got a square thing in the middle there. Is that normally, what's that normally like? Oh yeah, so just with that one, number 6, you get a square box inside the deflector looking thing. Square shape there. That makes it look more modern, doesn't it? I reckon. And type 7. Oh, look at this one. Yeah. See, they've changed the style of the deflector again. That makes it a bit more like the original movies. Kind of. And yeah, there you go. So that is interesting. There's a lot of lines and patterns all over it, and dark spots and light spots and Aztec and this and that. So that's grouse, groovy and stuff. Which one should I choose? And the veteran, of course, which is just strange. Oh, are these supposed to be the phaser arrays? Because you don't really get to see where the phaser arrays are on it normally, do you? Oh, on some of these skins you do, but on the Constitution you don't. Certainly on the veteran one, you get to see where the phaser arrays are, phaser beams. So we now know that this one can separate its saucer section. You can really see there the lines between the two sections of the ship. Yeah, I like seeing saucers separating and crashing on planets. Interior, Kelvin, Connie. Oh look, it's actually called that. Oh my god. Should I leave it on this one maybe? For now? Why not, huh? Doesn't cost anything. Alright. Should I beam back out and have a look at it in space like that? Okay, so it looks crazy. Strange, interesting. Mad. There you go. So that's what it looks like. And there it is. So everybody knows I'm a veteran because I'm using the veteran skin, so to speak. Yes, I don't know if I really like all the dark lines on it, to be honest. But, oh well, I just changed it. Can't be bothered changing it back. I'll leave it like that for a while until next time I feel like customizing something. Alright, so that'll be it for today's video. I'll wrap up the video and upload it to YouTube so you can watch it. Hope you enjoy watching this video from the Tim and Borg Show, brought to you by Unimatrix 1 Productions and the Unimatrix 1 fleet, which is now at level 42 and completely full, 500 members. So, but I can make room for new people. I'll just remove people who haven't donated anything and not logged on since like November or something. Then yeah, that's what I've been doing when new people want to join. Anyway, anywho, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more. Thumbs up, like the video, and share it with your friends on social media. It all helps. And I really love it when people thumbs down my videos, because that helps just as much as thumbing up. Did you know that? Silly trolls. You're actually basically giving a 1-star when you thumbs down something. And if you don't like something, what you should actually do is not interact with it at all, because all interactions are positive, and thumbs downs help just as much practically as thumbs ups. That's why a lot of people like NCI Tips, for example, these are the tech shows these days have been saying please thumbs down my video because they don't care, because it helps. So anyway, silly troll, whoever that was, you know who I'm talking to, someone who's been thumbing down some of my videos. I don't care, whatever, they need to get a life and realize they're just helping me. So anyway, hope you enjoyed this video. Please subscribe for more, stay tuned for more. Live long and prosper. You'll be assimilated, resistance is futile. Jolan True. Alright. Till next time, see ya. Thanks for watching.